Teena, and today I will be talking about one of my favorite foundations ever, and it is the Ellana Mineral Loose Foundations. And if you have been following me for a while now, you would know that I'm a huge fan and I have made videos about them before. But if you are new here, welcome! My name is Teena Arches, and I just want to share to you the products that I really love. I think a lot of you by now know what Ellana cosmetics are. Basically, they're just mineral loose foundations with like extreme coverage. And I think ang mga tanong ng mga tao is like, is it really good? Is the coverage really well? Or what shades they have, blah blah blah. So luckily, they have sent me majority of their shades, if not all of it. And I will be here to talk you through on how I use it, the shades, and everything else like from my knowledge. So I'm using it currently right now. Ito yung foundation na gagamitin ko pag alam kong kailangan ko ng pangmatagalan, or if I know na I'm going to sweat a lot, because actually my sweat works really well with the powder kasi diba nga dahil puro powder siya, so pag nagpapawis ako, it just kind of like sets it even more and it looks amazing. I've been wearing this foundation for more than 18 hours now. I started my makeup at like 7 a.m. today and it's already like almost 2 a.m. Don't ask me, I had a long day, but I really just want to film this and like show you the real authentic outcome. I retouched obviously, pero I only retouched mga 2 hours ago. So the whole day, I really liked how my makeup looked. Medyo oily na pero it looked, hindi siya mukhang ngarag. Okay, so how do we start? Ellana Mineral Cosmetics has two different loose powders. And the first one is their concealer and foundation loose powder, and the other one is just a foundation loose powder. So what's the difference? The shade range is very different. You have more shades for the loose foundations, and then for concealers, I'm not sure if this is all of it, but I do have only 4 shades with me. I have my other camera here set up so I could show you what's on my table as well. So I have about 4 shades lang of the concealer and foundation loose powder. Actually, I'm gonna talk to you more about the similarities that they have because they have more similarities than differences. They're all high coverage. They all have really great pigmentation. They're very hypoallergenic. They're good for pregnant women. Sabi nga nila, beauty that does more kasi it's not just makeup, it's good for the skin. It won't really clog your pores, and I can attest to that because, you know, I've been wearing this makeup for a long day. Normally, even though na sobrang tagal nung pagsusuot ko ng makeup, I don't really get pimples afterwards. So that's a good thing. Don't underestimate the porket loose foundation hindi makapal, because this one is as good as those compact foundations that we like to use. Hindi ito yung pang set lang, although they do have that as well, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the concealer foundation and the foundation loose powders. So the powders come in a packet like this. So ganito magiging itsura niya, and then you just rip it off and then you buy a container. I will put the price there, but this one is about 150 pesos. You could buy it both together in Beauty Manila or in your department stores. Ellana is pretty much easy to find. Ooh, my reflection. And loose mineral foundation, and then the other one nakalagay concealer and foundation mineral loose. Like I said, it's pretty much the same, but except concealer is obviously it has more pigments and has more coverage. Yan siya. Malalaman mo na concealer siya because the names are different. Yung names ng concealers are like Sheer, Revive, Smile, Radiant, ganon. Yung mga foundations are like, nilagay ko to sa ibang lalagyan kasi naubusan ako. The foundation shades are like names of flavors like almond latte, chai tea latte, hazelnut, macchiato, caramel, cafe brave. So, parang siyang coffee flavors. And actually, since I have been using this a lot, I have like parang mix my perfect shade. Honestly, they do have like limited shades lang. They're not the biggest range na yung talagang American range na from the whitest of white to like the darkest skin color. It's more Filipina based, which is good because it's a local brand, so I wouldn't mind the medyo limited to like tan and morena yung mga powders nila kasi that's basically like the majority of the Filipinos. So the foundation shades are high coverage, but yun nga, the concealers are just like thicker, pretty much more pigmented. So if you ask me naman, Teena, why can't I just buy the concealers and then just use that for the rest of my face. The answer to that is that the concealers is very, very pigmented to the point na if you use it with your whole face, it could look cakey. So that's why ito talaga, more on pang conceal lang talaga, and this one is parang for the majority of the face. Yung kanilang mga loose foundations, it's pretty much good enough to use as a concealer, lalo na if you don't have like really high pigmentation on your face or like really dark eye bags or like pimples, then you don't really need the concealer. But if you are someone who likes a really full coverage foundation, then you would buy both. I personally use both. I use Revive on my under eye. It's a little bit of a pinky tone, and then I use like a mixture of my shades. I've put it already in this bigger Ellana container. It's a mixture of hazelnut and cafe brave. So yun yung nice because you can mix and match, and then it will last you like a really long time. So I am very fond of these products. I start with a clean face, and I put my skincare, I cleanse, tone, moisturize, and then I put some, yung moisturizer kasi na ginagamit ko ngayon is my Aloe Vera oil. And that will be good enough to keep my face moisturized even with all these powders on top. I do not suggest that you use a liquid foundation under these powders because it is already very full coverage. So if you use like a foundation underneath the full coverage powder, magmumukha na talaga kayong asing cake talaga. So I don't suggest that. The most that you could do is probably like medium, like a light to medium coverage concealer. So they have also their famous primers. I use this as well. So I use the oil, and then I use this, and then start na ako kaagad with my powders. So right now, I just want to swatch everything for you just so you're aware of the skin shades and also how I managed to find my own shade. Kasi ako, diba, my face is basically a different tone than the rest of my body. It's lighter. It's more pinky. Like, if you look at my palm, like, it's all very pink. But then here, I'm more yellow. So normally, like, I would even... Sorry, medyo namumula. I would even match it on just my chest area. And then I highlight the middle parts like under eye, T-zone, ganon. Pero majority is like the shade of my body talaga. So let me just swatch the concealers for you. Ang maganda sa kanila is they have yellow tones and they do have like pink tones. So you can really play around with it. You can make your own. I always buy a one pink tone and a one yellow tone always for concealer kasi I want to cancel the bags, and then one just to like highlight. Pagpasensya nyo ng aking arm. I don't have the best arm or hand to like swatch, pero we will make do of what we have. Ang hirap pala mag-swatch ng mahaba yung kuko, sis. So ito, if you can see, medyo yan na nagda-darker na siya. So like, meron kayong pang-concealer talaga if you are a darker tone. Pasensya na may sugat ako dyan. A little bit goes a long way. Here, as you can see, it's all very light, and then we have like a darker tone for a more morena skin tone. So I think they just wanted to cater ng medyo extremes, I guess. For me talaga, this one, I use just to cancel, and then papatungan ko na lang ng powder that matches the majority of my face. Ganun yung ginagawa ko with this one. So same with the darker skin tone. You can just go lightly with like a bigger brush. Ganun. Ayan na siya. Super coverage talaga. Hindi siya heavy talaga sa face, lalo na if you use the makeup setter. Where is it? I think I used it kaya nandoon. I normally don't use setting sprays, but this one is very effective. Normally, I just spray it just because parang feeling ko kailangan. But I find with this one and with these powders, it's very effective. So by the way, guys, if you open the packet, don't throw it kasi you can still put your brush inside. Tapos ang dami pang natitira. So like, bago kayo gumamit ng from here, ubusin nyo muna yung matitira dito. And that's also a nice thing kasi you don't have to keep throwing away the package. You could just keep refilling it. I really like that kasi it's just less waste. So as you can see, the chai tea latte is very pink. So like pink, yellow, yellow. Ito medyo pink. This one is very yellow. This one is very pink. Caramel and macchiato is very yellow. So yun nga, mix and match. Just have the liberty to just play around with it. For me, I really suggest na you just go to the nearest SM department store kasi they have it there naman, and just watch for yourself. French vanilla ako if I don't try to mix it. Guys, sorry kung medyo magulo ha kasi it's my first time trying to swatch this many powders. It's still full coverage but not as the first one talaga. Yan. Still very light. Pero kasi take in mind that the swatches is different from when you use a brush with it. Kasi ito syempre pag ini-swatch natin, very concentrated yung kulay niya. Unlike if you use a powder, yan, this is super my shade. This is my shade, right? Iba pa rin talaga pag gumamit ka ng brush with it. Eh na, nagda-darker shade na siya. This is Cafe Mocha. I see. Ay, mas light pala to. Kamali ako ng arrangement. Yan, mas yellow tone siya compared to the Cafe Mocha. Nakakangalay, ha? Ito na for sure. Warm na talaga siya. Okay, two more. This one is really brown also, but very yellow tone. Oh my god, sorry, may pasa pa ako. There, oh. And then the last one is Macchiato. Okay, so here are the swatches for the foundations. So we have like a lot of light colors here. Ito na pagpalit ko lang to. Pero dapat ito dito to. So, ayan. Tapos, parang ano rin siya, yung concealer na we have like 4 na light shades and then 1, 2, 3, 4 na for morena shades. I think it's very inclusive in terms of morena skin tones talaga. I will try to swatch that here. So, cover natin itong namumula na to. And it's very full coverage. There, it's gone. Yan, and then you just kind of spread it. Don't be afraid kasi at first parang, whoa, just blend it. Here, I have a pimple here. Let's try to cover that nga. Siyempre, magkakaroon pa rin ng diba? Texture. Pero at least the color is gone. Yan, it's more blended na. I'm going to get like a big fluffy brush and just kind of blend it out even more. Kasi, pag masyado rin siyang like concentrated, like kunwari yan, masyadong concentrated to, it will flash back. So, I really make sure na I get the coverage that I want but also blending it really seamlessly to the point na hindi siya mukhang patong-patong, you know? Just to like remove the excess, kumbaga. Parang ganun. So, that's basically just how I use it, and these are all the shades. Also, by the way, yung mga pigments, it's very fun. Parang you would think at first, parang how can I use that on my face? But really, it's definitely usable as a highlighter. Lalo na pag nakita nyo yung glow after. Sabi nila you can play around with this and mix the pigments in your actual loose powder foundation. Kasi nga diba, ginawa mo yon para magmumukha siyang skin finish. So meron siyang konting like pearlescent na feel. So here are all the pigments. I really like it. You can use it for eyeshadow. You could put liquid on it. Parang mixing medium, and you can even use it like to play around sa lip. Yung mga eyeshadow na nauuso ngayon na may glitter, pwede mong gawin yun. And then you can use it for your highlight. So this is Sensational. White with a yellow reflex. And then we have Inspiration. Kita mga names nila, no? This one naman is very like, parang nude almost. Maganda to for morena skin! My goodness! Or just like, use a big brush and put this décolletage, like pang highlight ng shoulder. Oh my goodness, ang ganda. It's not coming through very well sa camera, but it's so nice. And then next we have is Dream. This one naman is very white with a slight hint of, it's just very white na parang pearlescent siya na white. And then next we have, dali maubos na yung battery ko pang swatch, Brilliance. Ooh, this is like a brown chocolate bronzy. Yan. Ooh, ganda talaga, pwedeng pang eyeshadow. This one is Halo. This one is white, pero yung reflex niya is more of parang lighter yellow. Like this one is more of a real gold reflex. Is parang ito, almost same as this one but with a little more hint of konting reflex. Ito kasi metallic na eh. Ito parang almost parang satin finish. And then lastly we have Beam. This one I love kasi it's parang like a salmon shade. Parang siyang orgasm. Ayan. It's pink. Tapos meron siyang reflex ng yellow. So nagmumukha siyang salmon, like orange. Ayan, Can you imagine this dito sa cheeks? And then, you know what? I'm gonna use this one here and then this one on the other. Para medyo mas kita niyo siya. Sensational, which is the very goldy reflex right here. A little bit. Ito na pala yung setting spray. Nahanap ko na siya. This one is amazing. It's so nice. Boom, yellow. So nice all together. And shit, may texture yung face ko dito. Yan. Okay, let's try on the other side of the cheeks naman. I'm using a different brush para talagang mas justified. I think I used too much. Ayan, medyo ano to, salmon siya. Salmon. Pag Pinoy, salmon. Yan. It's very similar actually, but ito talagang like boom, yellow. Ito parang mas nagbe-blend siya sa blush. And then let's try to use like a lighter color. Maybe I'll try the pearlescent one because I haven't tried this before. It's very white. Ayan. Ganda siya. Parang at first, isipin mo parang siyang matte. Meron pa rin siyang reflection. Healthy glow. Ito mas nag-blend, no? Tapos ito parang mas putok siya. On the nose. Pang patangos. Oh my gosh, ang glowy ko na. Love it. So, after I do all the powders with the pigments, I use this to like lock it all together talaga. To make sure that it really lasts. And honestly, it will last. Oh my gosh, basa na hair ko. O diba, very Tony Sia ang glow. So this is basically how I've been doing my foundation and highlight lately, honestly. I just want like a glowing base that can manage my sweat pretty much. So ito yung ginagamit ko nang alam kong plakado ako until the end of the day. But I hope you're happy with the way I explained it. If you have any more questions, let me know down in the description box and I will try to answer you to the best that I can. And also they have lip balm. Skin emergency, SOS balm to the rescue. So it's not just a balm, parang tong pau-pau. Ganun siya. And then I thread it in a hanger. See? It's super glossy. You know, follow Ellana Minerals on Instagram and probably Facebook. And you can ask them directly for your inquiries. And I have nothing else to say. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And pass this on to people who you know would be interested with these makeup. I will put the link to their page na lang in the description box so that you can easily find them. Key care of the day is right here. Congratulations, you're today's shout out. If you want to be the next video shout out, just comment down below hashtag key care of the day and I will pick you for the next one. If you want to see more of my videos, please don't forget to click the post notification button so that you will be notified. With all that said, I want you guys to never forget that you are beautiful. Bye! God bless! Paano ako matutulog nito? Ang ganda ng makeup ko.